Hi, hello skizos, how are you all? Welcome to the channel. நாம் என்ன பண்ண போகிறோன்னா சூப்பர்மேன் எப்படி போன வீடியோவில் கழுவி அடிச்சு ஊற்றுனோமோ அதே மாதிரி இந்த வீடியோவும் இன்னும் புதுசாக நிறையா ட்வீட்ஸ்லாம் பார்த்து நம்ம நிறையா சூப்பர்மேனை பற்றி என்னென்னலாம் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க என்னென்னலாம் கிடச்சிருக்காங்க எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்து ஒவ்வொன்றா பற்றி என்ஜாய் பண்ண போகிறோம். வாங்க ஸ்ட்ரைட்டாக வீடியோக்குள்ள போயிடலாம். அப்டேட் பீப்புள் வாண்ட் எவரட் ஆர்டபர்ன் ஆச்சோர் சிபிஎம் சினிமா நாட் கார்பரேட் ஸ்லாப்பா மீன்வெல் கிளார்க் அண்ட் பிவிஎஸ் when I am president I release political இப்போதைக்கு வேணாம். கிரேட் டாக் மூவியா 2.5 ஆனால் இது பாருங்க ராட்டன் ஆகலை. ராட்டன் டொமேட்டோஸ் இஸ் ஃப்ளாடு. hundreds of critics give the movie 5.5 or 6 out of 10. It will be 100%. In the case below it would give 5 out of 10 and it's fresh question mark. Wow. Next politics அடுத்தது the best DC representation. Realizing guns put monkey haters in the movie to enable his cult to call anyone who critiques the film a monkey. Keep dreaming and peddling your fake numbers. This movie won't even come close to Man of Steel numbers unless WBD buys tickets themselves just to deceive the investors. Great. Superman has grossed 311 million. They went from not carrying box office to reporting fake numbers. Great. Supergirl இல்லை ஃபீமேல் சவுண்ட் போட்டு அடிக்கிறானுங்க. ரைட்டு. WB is trying to get people excited for DC again. I'm trying to find this excitement though. The damn dinosaur movie did double what Superman made it the first week. Great. I'm going to create an environment that is so toxic. James Gunn after firing Ben and Henry but keeping Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. அடுத்தது Gal Gadot says James Gunn and Peter Safran told her in a meeting that you are in best hands. We are going to develop Wonder Woman 3 with you. We love you as a Wonder Woman. We got nothing to worry about. Both Gunn and Safran live for living. Wonder Woman போச்சு. அடுத்தது Superman is going to have 90-94% drop for its second weekend in China, the biggest flop of in modern film history. Great. Respect to all the conservative folks. இப்போதைக்கு பாலிடிக்ஸ் அவன் அடுத்தது மாத்தா Snyder was dead as his daughter. Snyder is ruined DC. Snyder doesn't understand Superman. Thanks James Gunn for showing what DC fans have been doing for the 12 years still going. Great. பாருங்க தலைவனா பாருங்க, கப்பலில் பிரச்சனையாக கிளம்பிடுவான், ஏதோ பில்டிங்கில் எரியுத பிரச்சனையாக கிளம்பிடுவான். இவனை போய் நீங்கள் கேட்டீங்க எங்கே சேவ் பண்ண மாட்டான்னு. ஏன் கைஸ் இப்படி பண்ணுறீங்க? அடுத்தது Chinese people explain Superman flopped in China because he wears his underwear on the outside. What the F? Aura forming with hot chocolate while the city is burning is crazy, right? Surge in Man of Steel streams on HBO Max attributed to the therapeutic relief after audience experienced significant trauma from the new Superman. True AF. This is the real Superman for the generation. Man of Steel. Visual it is speaking. Visual at its peak. Latest Superman box office results could spell bad news for the future of the DCU. அடுத்தது A story told in 2 parts. Gun fans making up numbers while the actual movie sits at 270 million worldwide. This is a major fucking flop. DC was destroyed by the enemy within who gave Snyder's plans to few. Feige போட்டிருக்கேன், கெவின் ஃபேஜ் கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. யார் எப்படின்னா திருடி கொடுத்தா பார்த்துருவோமா? ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஜஸ்டிஸ் லீக் லூசஸ் தலைவன் கெவின் ஃபேஜோட இருக்க ஃபோட்டோ. ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஜஸ்டிஸ் லீக் லூசஸ் த பேட்டில் அகேன்ஸ்ட் த டார்க் சைடு ஆல்ரெடி போட்ட கணக்கு இது. 5 years லேட்டர்னு போடுறேன். அவெஞ்சர்ஸ் லூசஸ் த பேட்டில் அகேன்ஸ்ட் தாமஸ் 5 years லேட்டரான். அடுத்து டைம் ட்ராவலு. அப்புறம் பேட்மேன் டைஸு அயன்மேன் டைஸ்னு போட்டுருக்கேன். அடா பாவீங்களா, ஸ்பாயில் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? அடுத்து as people are not listening, James Gunn is rumored to be working with Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns again.
Who's a writer that you'd want to keep under wraps if you're James Gunn?
What the F?
I don't know. David Goyer? I don't know. Who?
Joss Whedon.
Oh, Joss. Do you think this could be James Gunn giving him a way back, considering how James Gunn went through the canceling thing and found his way back? Do you think? Oh, interesting. Joss Whedon writing a world's finest for James Gunn to direct? Goodness gracious. I think you're going to blow up the internet if you do that.
Who's a writer?
What the F? Honestly, I hope Universal Picture can acquire DC and we get some leadership that actually respects the brand and their customer. True. It's funny how Superman might not be profitable for Warner Bros, but they have the good reception they wanted, which they are eagerly wanted for Man of Steel and BVS, which were profitable movies. Make it make sense, man. People are genuinely in my comments telling me a movie can lose money and be a success. You can't make this up. They don't understand WB is brink of bankruptcy. Let's all be honest, these numbers aren't what they're expecting. It's what it's supposed to do. If it was an incredible run, you would have heard all the insults on Zack Superman true. Now, not even break even is a success. Now, budget will soon be 100 millions, including market. Great, ra. அடுத்தது டூ குட்ஸ் அண்ட் மியூலா சூப்பர்மேனு மேன் ஆஃப் ஸ்டீல் அப்புறம் சூப்பர்மேன் Christopher Snyder was true. Zack Snyder didn't just give us Superman, he gave us a journey, the lost soul, the silent savior, the drifter who still chooses to help. Seasons song made it Mutachi achingly real and awesomely human. Jurassic World Rebirth is nearing 700 million worldwide. What the F? No one stays good in this world. The new Superman has to be pep talk to saving the city. By the way, Henry Superman continues to save lives even while doubting himself. True. எப்பேற்பட்ட சூப்பர்மேன் வச்சிருந்தான். Did have killed him to have Superman smile a little more often than Zack Snyder did. I don't even know why I'm listening to you, or not even my dad. He dies. You are never a god. You are never even a man. He sacrifices himself. What the yaff? Man of Steel, Batman and Superman. What are the parallels, man? We all learn from our fathers, don't we? Superman was gifted with two fathers. Each of them shaped him. Both ultimately protected him through sacrifice. Despite having the strength to defeat anyone on the earth, it was Jonathan Kent who gave Clark a far greater power. Wow. Cameron, Bay, Snyder and Spielberg are among the few directors whose CG is done godlike right. This is big CG. True. Superman. Every DC movie that comes out, I probably watch it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Watched it BVS and that movie is not good at all in my opinion. I have seen it 4 or 5 times. I will never set my eyes on this shit ever.
That shit was ass. And I watched that 4 times in the movie. I even watched the old George Reeves shit. I will never watch this fucking movie again in my life. Horror.
No way people, nerds, looked at this trailer and thought they'd find their campy cornies gun Superman.
Surprising that the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy.
We, as a population on this planet, have been looking for a savior.
We're talking about a being whose very existence
They are not telling us the truth.
challenges our own sense of priority in the universe.
Human beings have a horrible track record of
Tragedy.
following people with great
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Chaos.
Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the
The
right
lines
thing.
are
know
over
better
now,
now, don't we?
Super.
Devils don't come from hell beneath us.
They brought their warrior.
They come from the sky.
The world has been so caught up with what he can do that no one has asked what he should do.
That's how it
False
starts.
though.
The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel. Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
Hey! Next. It's uncanny how similar people in the movie and in the real life blame Superman for failing to save people. You don't know or care if he wasn't able to, just believe he has unlimited powers. Man of Steel is an emotion enough to grow a grown man cry. Great. The Rocks get this.
So two things. If we're going to establish Black Adam as the most powerful, unstoppable force in the DC universe, we have to bring back the most powerful, unstoppable force of all time in any universe. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Of course, that is Superman, and that's Henry Cavill. And, you know, at the end of the day, the studio was not bringing Henry Cavill back inexplicably and inexcusably. But we weren't going to take no for an answer. Myself, my $7 co-founder and chairwoman, Danny Garcia, Hiram Garcia, our $7 president. This has been years in the making regarding bringing Henry Cavill back, and years of strategic conversations, and we were not going to take no for an answer. And and also something else to think about is, for us, there was no way, there's no viable, logical way that you can attempt to build out the DC universe without the most powerful force and the greatest superhero of all time sitting on the hot sidelines. It's impossible to do. You know, you can Venn diagram business-wise this whole thing 90 different times, but it all comes back to, where's Superman? You have to have Superman in the mix. So that's why we fought hard to bring Superman back, Henry Cavill. And there was no other Superman, by the way, to bring back. Henry Cavill is our generation's Superman, and in my opinion, the greatest Superman. And I mean that respectfully to the other actors, especially Christopher Reeve, but the greatest Superman of all time. So, again, bringing Henry back. Now we build out the DCU.
Fox really gets it. You'll always have my respect for trying to bring Henry Cavill as Superman. Don't know what others might think. The Rock bringing Henry Cavill as Black Adam was the best thing he ever did, and WB actually said yes, the old regime was the best decision they had. Then, of course, Joker came and fired Henry Cavill, then rebooted the DC. Nah, we fell for that once already. People fired him after forcing him to announce his return. Enjoy a flop, James Gunn. We want Zack Snyder's vision back, restore a transformer to an Elseworld, and we will all be happy. For sure, make it happen. அடுத்தது James Gunn says he would love for Henry Cavill to join DC. நம்ப மாட்டோம்டா. 80% drop in Japan. கிழிஞ்சுது. அடுத்தது next. Christopher Nolan and Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. I believe that what Zack has done in Man of Steel will define Superman of our times. Nolan was right. He was. Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder deserve to finish their Justice League saga in live action movies. True. We have learned 3 things since July 11th. Should have continued plans with Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill after reshoots cameos from Aquaman and Black Adam. James Gunn shouldn't have been hired, especially for the retcon and reboot. And Superman has been rejected globally. Great. Zaslav is the worst CEO in the film industry. How can he be happy with the dog shit Gunn has made? Superman is barely making any movie. Tickets are 40% higher than Man of Steel tickets, which means Snyder films sold vastly more tickets. Bro could have at least saved 1%, but decided to horror form instead. I have said long ago that being a Snyderverse Superman was gonna be an uphill battle, but seeing this trend on IG or 5 times with no one stopping or to acknowledge how would this hypothetically Quicksilvery Clark choose such one person is such sigh. The damage cutting 30 minutes from BVS did cinema will be studied for decades. Actually, he saves after this. He don't just, escapes. He saves people. And he looks at, Lois Lane. Batman and Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. Just masterpiece. The contrast is amazing. What the fuck? அடுத்தது Restore the Snyderverse. Zack, Nolan, Zimmer. They were the big 4. Let me get this straight. There are now content creators saying that a film doesn't need to be profitable to be successful. Good luck with that business motto. Are you on drugs? Our Superman. Top 4 and it's not even close. True. 80% drop in Japan. The domestic fanatics are still in denial talking about records Wednesday and Thursday. That Monday morning headline is going to hit them real hard. Great. James Gunn Superman underperforming on the box office. Smile, happy smile. Superman's origin used to be save them, now it's enslave them. Started kryptonite in harem. What the fuck? just gonna leave it here. Zack Snyder Justice League breaking all streaming records. Well, right? Snyder Cut crosses 400 million views in China. Superman is going to have 94% drop off for the second weekend in China. Great, all great. Man of Steel is a visual masterpiece. To this day, I still watch this movie whenever I feel quitting, and it just gets up on my feet. Man of Steel. Mailman asked if I saw the new Superman. I said, yeah, total garbage. He said, bro, I deliver junk all day. I don't need to watch it too. Successfully saved 1% from wasting time and money. What the F? We had one chance at an adult run of DC movies with its biggest heroes. It's obvious people in charge want to appeal to children and adults who still think they like him. Comic book crap has run its course. The dream they took to me to a beautiful lie. Zack Snyder is a trilogy. True. It's a clear Warner Bros. Is panicking with how Superman is turning. This wasn't just a movie, it was a foundation for this sure thing. The studio put everything into it. The full weight and DC creative heads, massive marketing is legacy symbolism, trying to justify cancellation for its successful universe after abusing the cast, dishing out smear and campaigns, listening to the Twitter nerds, yet actual audience aren't responding. And the silence speaks louder than any PR alert. Great. But the comic accuracy, what the F? You know, when it takes Gun Superman almost 2 weeks to try to bypass Black Adam, which was considered a flop, is very embarrassing, isn't it? Mr. Reminded Black Adam didn't have China. Wow. அதான் இவ்வளோ கம்மியா? ஆக்சுவலி சைனா இருந்தால் 100 ஏறி இருக்குங்க. ஸோ 500 கண்டிப்பாக வந்திருக்கும். சைனா இல்லாதால தான் பிளாக் ஆடம் மிகப்பெரிய நஷ்டம் நினைக்கிறேன். What did you think of Zack Snyder Justice League? Anything below 1 billion is an abject failure. These are the rules that were imposed on Zack Snyder. They shall be maintained for James Gunn as well. True. போட்டிருக்காங்க. What Superman box office would you be satisfied with? Anything less than 1 billion is considered flop. Straight flop. James Gunn Superman struggled with 70% drop in the domestic box office. Who knows what happened? Say what you all want, but The Rock has. But he actually cared about the future of DC at the time. He actually did something WB never did. Was listen to the fans. Zack Snyder Justice League is on the list of this week top streamed original movies. Great. This heat vision sequence is still unmatched now. Wow. எல்லாம் எங்கே புரிய போகுது உங்களுக்கு? ஜேம்ஸ் குன் சூப்பர்மேன் இஸ் அண்டர் பர்ஃபார்மிங் at the box office. Happy smiles. Daily reminder, this is one of the busiest stories of all time and it needs to be finished on the big screen possible. True, yeah. As soon as possible, guys. This moment fills me with the organic hope and actual heroism. Great. So Black Adam wasn't a flop after all. True. James Gunn throws like Mike DeLuca, Pam MD, The Rock and Henry Cavill directly under bus for Black Adam failure. Mysteriously forgets he gave notes that literally shoved his own wife into the project. He won't restore the Snyder was Man of Steel was not made for 13-year-old cheerleaders in mind. What the F? Man of Steel was ahead of its time. True. I can't believe I really have to ask this, but you all do know after this scene was meant to make Superman look bad. You all do at this point of entire movie was Superman to be at his lowest, right? True. So that's it from my end, guys. அது வரைக்கும் பார்த்து எல்லா சூப்பர்மேன் ரிலேட்டட் எல்லா ட்வீட்ஸும் நான் உங்களுக்கு காமிச்சிட்டேன் ஆல்ரெடி. இதுக்கப்புறம் நான் புதுசாக பார்த்து ரியாக்ட் பண்ணால் தான் உண்டு. அவ்வளோ ட்வீட்ஸு, அவ்வளோ ரீட்வீட்ஸு என்னோட ப்ரொஃபைல் mr.schizophrenian அவைலபிளாக இருக்குது பாருங்கள். I hope you enjoy all this review, reaction and rant. Of course it's a big thing, அதனால் பிரேக் டவுன் பண்ணி நான் உங்களுக்கு எபிசோட் அப்லோட் பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு நான் பண்ணுறேன் பிடிச்சினா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள். if you have some suggestions or opinions இதை பற்றிலாம் ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். பற்றி நீங்கள் பேசவே இல்லை அப்படின்னா கமெண்ட்ஸ் தெரியப்படுத்துங்க. I will read through all your comments and I will just get back to you. And if you want to support me, hit that subscribe button. That's the one you can support and coming to boost like me. கூட சீக்கிரம் நல்ல வீடியோ உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன். I take care. Bye. See you all. Peace out.